Second Esdras, chapter 6 and verse 24. And at that time shall friends fight against one another like enemies, and the earth shall stand in fear with those that dwell therein. The springs of the fountains shall stand still, and in 3 hours they shall not run. Kohalo Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem Rakakadash, for blessing me with the spirit to do this lesson. And you got many brothers, many brothers in these last days teaching you and showing you the things that are going to come upon the earth. So now you have regular everyday people saying the same thing that we're saying. And it would be in your best interest as a so-called Negro, Latino, Native American, and Israelite to adhere to the words of Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahushua, because the times we're coming into, nothing can save you but him, right? Nothing or nobody but the Lord can save you. And the people who you have grew up with, the people who you've been day ones with, the people who, were very important in your life at one time, things are going to take a drastic turn very soon, man. Because when people are hungry, when people can't get their everyday needs met, because everybody has become comfortable here in Babylon the Great. Everybody, man. For the most part, the people that are in the world has made them comfortable. We know and understand that this place is falling. This economy is collapsing. Society is at, immorality at its highest. And people are about to be blindsided from what's about to happen. So here you got this woman, this Edomite woman. She's going to give her take on what she sees going on and what she feels is going to happen. No one feels, is going to happen. And I agree with her, So let's listen. Yahweh Shem Shah, willing to be edified. Shalom.
Friends, sit with me for just a minute. When the inevitable happens with gas pricing, I know that I'm going to lose my job. Now, I already thought it was coming because they're doing a lot of AI stuff. This just accelerated the timeline that I had in my mind. Now, I'm not special because it's going to happen to so many people. And I want us to really think about something, whether we really want to or not. With that increase, food is going to skyrocket as well. We all know this, right? So what do you think happens when people can't get to work, so they lose their jobs? And they can't afford to buy food anymore because they don't have a job. Or they can't afford to buy food anymore because the inflation rate and the cost of it has gone through the roof. We're barely making ends meet now. What do you think people are going to do at that point? Because it's like a lot of people are looking at this and they're saying, well, price is going to go up, and you think life is going to go on, just like it usually does, at least for those that can afford it. But you take those people then that are put in a position that they cannot afford it, and they become extremely desperate. And things will not be normal when you have millions of desperate people?
Millions of desperate people with guns and weaponry. What you think is gonna happen, man? You think you're gonna sit on your couch and watch Netflix in that day, lock your door, not come outside, have a party in the house, drink, and cook some burgers on your stove and things like? You think you're gonna do that? For all you preppers out there who've been prepping for years, uh what's the word? You show, I'm gonna just say that. You show the whole world how much you prepping and what you got, right? And you make it known that you'll be good for some months or even some years. Somebody somewhere knows where that's at, and they're not gonna be preppers. Yeah, you may show your guns and this and that, but it's gonna come a time where it's gonna be, in these people's minds, it's either you or me. I'm not about to starve. My kids ain't about to starve. I did we did a live, me and the elders, a while back with Alex Jones, and he said, "I'll eat you, man. I'm not gonna starve. My kids ain't gonna starve. We're not gonna go hungry. I will eat you." So, not only is food, regular food gonna be a hot commodity, but people in general, because you have people out here that eat people, right? So you're gonna be on the menu if people get so desperate. You people have no clue, man.
And we really need to sit with that and think about it, because that is going to become our reality. Iran's cutest little Lego video says, we're drowning, we're collapsing, and we are in real time. We need to sit with that, because there's going to be no normal. There's not going to be a return to normal. We're in a situation that we started for no reason in the Middle East that is going to bring us to our knees.
Well, that's your people. You got your people to thank for that. These Edomites, man, these so-called white people, they're the cancer of the earth. And the whole world knows this, man. I was out yesterday and people were just galloping around like ain't nothing going on in the world, like shit ain't about to happen. That's what I see when I'm out. I don't see people in a mourning state in the house of mourning. They're more in the house of feasting, man. Especially Esau Edom. You got the tribes out here the same way. It's gonna get real crazy out here. Isaiah 19:2, it says, "And I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, and they shall fight, everyone against his brother, and everyone against his neighbor." Man, yeah, your closest friends, your neighbors that you knew for decades, they're gonna become your enemies, man. You're not gonna be able to trust nobody. The purge shows you that, right? The purge shows you that. Go watch the purges, right? And they'll show you that. It says, "And everyone against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom." Right? It's going to be bad out here. It's going to be very bad out here.
We're dropping now.
And she said it, man. Babylon is dropping at a fast pace, unprecedented pace. Right? Let's get another one. This is because when people get desperate, they get very violent. Right? Very violent. When they get hungry, they get violent. When it seems like nobody is hearing and listening, and it seems like nobody is helping, they get violent. They have to be seen. They have to be heard. So the talk is going to be a thing of the past. It's going to be about action. And this is what's going to be the result in Babylon the Great when people become very violent. Jeremiah 16:3. For thus saith the Lord concerning the sons and concerning the daughters that are born in this place, and concerning their mothers that bear them, and concerning their fathers that begot them in this land. They shall die of grievous deaths. They shall not be lamented. Nobody gonna feel sorry for you, man. Ain't nobody gonna feel sorry for what they do to you, because it's gonna be desperate times. And the title of this video is Desperate Times Calls for Desperate Measures. I titled this video, People Are Gonna Lose It in Babylon When It Falls. Because it is falling, but when it completely falls, people are gonna fucking lose it, man. It says, they shall not be lamented, neither shall they be buried, but they shall be as dung upon the face of the earth. Yeah, just laying out there, put you to death and have you out there, man. Maybe come back and eat you, man. May put you to death just so they can eat you. This is what we're gonna eat tonight. Crazy. It says, they shall be as dung upon the face of the earth, and they shall be consumed by the sword. Right? The modern day sword is the gun, along with other weapons. You can make a lot of things the sword. Right? A literal sword, knife, axe, scissors, anything, man. People gonna get real creative with their weaponry, man. Right? It says, and their carcasses, Salakia, and they shall be consumed by the sword and by famine. Yeah, that famine is, a shortage of food. It says, and their carcasses, meaning their bodies, shall be meat for the fowls of heaven and for the beasts of the earth. Right? So, yeah, man, it's going to be dead bodies upon dead bodies upon dead bodies, man. And from what I've heard, I've never smelt it, but one dead body is too much to bear. So imagine you got hundreds and thousands just laid out in the street, man. You can get sick off of smelling dead bodies. So if everywhere you turn is a dead body and you're inhaling that could be your death. So it's going to get brutal, very brutal out here, man. And you people think it's a goddamn game, but it's not a game. It's not a game, man. Because you people, you joked, you made fun, you mocked the Hebrew Israelites, the messengers of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. The Lord is going to require all your folly, in that day. This is 2nd Ezra 15-19. It says, I'm gonna close out. It says, no, Salaki, I'm gonna start at 14. It says, woe to the world, meaning destruction. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein. For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hands. The reason we keep reiterating this is because it's coming. Race wars, civil wars, survival wars is coming. For there shall be sedition, meaning a violent uprising, because you see that going on. People about ready to put hands on the powers that be, right? Right? The rich. It says, "For there shall be sedition among men and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power." Man, to hell with what the government says. To hell with the new laws. We're gonna do what we want to do, right? We the people, right? It says, "A man shall have no desire, Salakia. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, and houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid." Man, so it's gonna be lockdown, checkpoints, right? Houses gonna be vandalized and invaded, right? Men are gonna become beasts. Men are gonna become cruel. There's not gonna be any mercy and love in people anymore, right? It says, "A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword," right? "And spoil their goods," meaning take their goods, "because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation," man. And these people ain't ready for no tribulation. The lights go out in your house. The internet get cut off. People lose it. You can't play video games no more. People lose it. Right? So imagine when the power goes out in the country. Imagine when they're already talking about the water plants have been hit in 7 states in America. A cyber attack have hit the water supply in America. That they just came out with that yesterday. So yeah, man, it's coming. You don't have to believe it, but it's coming, man. And fine, you don't believe it, whatever. We're not gonna drill it in your head, man. But we know it's coming. And you got the prophets that been saying that, and now you got it trickling on down to the people of the world, man. So, hey, keep doing what you're doing, man. And the Lord is going to show you, So I'm going to leave it there. The point was made. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushua. To the next lesson, I'm going to say shalom.